Hi, my name's Rue Rivera. I'm the drummer for Manic, Hispanic, and you're watching The Yard.
Cheers, and welcome to this edition of The Yard. We're good into our second season now. We've had some great guests in the first season, second season, and today is no exception. We've got a friend of mine, Rue Rivera, from the band Manic, Hispanic, and the Grabbers. Now, Rue or Ruben or Chino, whatever you want to call him, we've kind of crossed paths over years. We've known each other. I actually went to high school with his lovely wife, Laura, and we were also in the same band together. Some of you may or may not know I was in the Grabbers for about 5 minutes in 1990. Well, Ruben's been there for forever, and he's an awesome drummer, super cool dude, and plays drums for several bands, Manic Hispanic being the biggest one. The Grabbers also have a show coming up this weekend at the Constellation Room in Santa Ana. And that looks like a great lineup. There's some really good bands on that, so go check it out. As far as what we're cooking today, we're going to do a pork shoulder. It's not much to do with the pork shoulder. You can brine it. There's several ways to brine meat. Pork is a good one to brine. I didn't do this. I just did a rub for 24 hours with just a bunch of different spices. Rubbed it, let it sit in the refrigerator overnight, and then we're going to smoke it for about 3.5 to 4 hours on low heat and go from there. Love Christmas time. As a lot of you do, some of you don't. I like it for a bunch of reasons. I love the cornball Christmas music. I just do, always have. Another good thing about Christmas is you go to Liquor Warehouse and they got all these killer gift packages and great seasonal beers. This is a Sam Adams White Christmas. Fantastic. But there's tons of great beers. You can go buy a bottle of Jack Daniels and get a nice drinking glass to go with it, which is always fun. And just the holidays, Christmas lights, I dig that. I'm kind of cheesy like that. Love it. And here in Southern California, we don't really have a winter, so we just get to hear some good music, get presents, which I like. Chiefs going to the playoffs this year. They're going to the Super Bowl this year. My prediction, Kansas City versus Seattle. Kansas City's going to win it. Hey, I'm allowed to choose, right? I'm allowed to pick, allowed to dream. It is the giving season. Anyway, hope you enjoy this interview with Ruben. Great guy. Get out and check out some of his bands. Other than that, Merry Christmas. Cheers. And get some good beer.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Hey, welcome to this episode of The Yard. I am here with one of the best drummers in Orange County, Ruben Rivera. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well, brother. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on OC Weekly naming your band the best punk band in Orange County.
That's pretty cool.
That's way awesome.
That was nice.
Yeah, I saw that because I read the OC Weekly,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you do, and I saw that. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. That's a big deal.
We're pretty happy.
Yeah.
24th overall. You know, it's 25th or something like that, but still all time.
Why don't you tell everybody what band you're in?
I'm in Manic Hispanic. Play drums for Manic Hispanic. Been a drummer for 20 years.
Nice. And explain to the people who aren't from Orange County what Manic Hispanic is and who's in it. It's like a all-star band. So tell us who's in the band.
It's our singer Gabby. Used to be in a band called the Cadillac Tramps, and Steve Soto is a guitar player for the Adolescents, Agent Orange, Joyride. 22 Jacks, among others. Maurice and I are from the Grabbers, which by the way was your first. I don't know if it was your first band, but
no, it wasn't my first band, but yeah, we were actually in the same. I was in the Grabbers for about 5 minutes, and he's been in it for about 20 years.
But you know, it's like your gig that day was the one that me and Maurice, you guys started that song, and we looked at each other. It was like, wow. Yeah. It was mind blowing. You were our favorite band from then on.
They were a good band.
Fucking great band. Love that band. So that and the Grabbers, and been in the Ballistics. I was in the Ballistics for a while. Did a little time in Foxy, Lisa Parker's band.
Nice.
You know, just jamming around here and there, but mostly grabbers and Manic Hispanic.
Are the Grabbers and Manic Hispanic doing anything? Are they any shows coming up?
You know, possibly a show might happen with the U.S. Bombs and the Grabbers coming up, I think in December. I think that's going to be the 20th of December this year. So we're looking forward to that. We'll see how that's going to go.
Tiki Bar?
I think it's going to be at the Galaxy, or the Observatory.
Observatory.
Yeah.
Oh, I always get that fucked up stuff.
Yeah, it's still the Galaxy. It's still
conservation, consolation, whatever it is. Yeah, Tommy and I used to work together.
Yeah.
So I've known Tommy for a long time. And great band. I'll have to go to that one and make sure I check it out. How about Manic Hispanic? Are you guys got any shows coming up?
Nothing really planned right now. Nothing going on for December. Usually we know by now.
Yeah.
And if it's something, it's going to be something quick, and it's going to be happen fast.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think we got anything planned till maybe next year.
Yeah.
Just.
So the band is actively together, though.
We're still together. Yeah, we get together. You know, Steve does a lot of touring. Ephraim is always on the road. Our singer, he also does double duty at his band, Death by Stereo. So he's busy with that, doing all sorts of stuff. You know, with DJs and lugging equipment here and there and tour managing. So he's constantly on the road. Steve's on the road. And everybody's got their own thing,
Yeah.
But we make time for Manic, we get together.
That's awesome. So just when everybody's free, you get together and have a party, basically.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly.
Nice. It's funny, I got a funny story for you. The other day, my son was asking me, so Dad, who's the next person on the yard? And I told him, well, the drummer of Manic Hispanic. He goes, no shit. Because I listen to Manic Hispanic all the time. His boss is a friend of mine, has a bunch of your CDs. So my son drives around with my buddy for work, and they listen to Manic Hispanic and Cadillac Tramps all day. And Super Suckers.
That's a trip, man. Some of those songs, I listen to those songs and I think, man, it's like, I don't know if it's the original or the version we've done, but it's pretty fun.
Oh, it sounds fun.
There's a new group of kids that I really have no idea that those songs are not ours.
Yeah.
And it's pretty weird to see, a bunch of kids. There's a lot of Mexican kids that are coming up now that are checking us out. And, it's nice that they love our band, but, I want to be able to let them know, hey, this is where we got this from.
Yeah.
Know your roots and kind of go from there.
Now, are your fans mainly Hispanic, or are they just punk rockers?
Punk rockers.
Yeah.
It's funny now because we all have kids. I got a teenage daughter and a young son, and it's now it's like our kids are, backstage. It was filled with strippers and people just hanging out partying back in the day, 25 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's our kids and their friends, and it's just a trip, man. It's just a different time, but we're all mellow now and we have fun.
A lot of sober people around now.
A lot of sober people in the band. I think Ephraim and I and Maurice are the only ones that drink.
Yeah.
That's about it. Everybody else has got plenty of time sober, doing their AA, NA thing. And
more power to them.
Cheers.
More for the drummer.
There you go.
Now, is Manic Hispanic part of this Highway 39 Revisited, a tribute to the crowd?
Yes, we are.
Nice.
And I knew you were gonna ask me what song it is. I can't remember to this day.
Oh, that's all right.
It was a 58-second song. I went in there, I learned it on the spot. Took 2-3 takes.
Nice.
Boom. Dennis was pretty excited.
Dennis is an awesome guy.
Dennis is a great guy.
Really like Dennis. What I'm going to do here, we're going to have a reunion party here once this CD comes out next spring. I'm going to invite everybody.
That'll be fun.
Dennis will be here because Dennis was on the show once before. And we're just going to have a backyard barbecue party, drinking, hanging out, talking about the album, listen to it, and have a little get-together. I think it'll be a good time.
I'm excited. It was a lot of fun being in the studio again, be able to play and just jam. It was a great time.
Now, does Manic Hispanic have any new CDs coming out?
We don't. We've been doing a couple of compilation recordings we've done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we did the crowd one. We also did a couple songs for an upcoming Rancid tribute, but that hasn't really taken off. But we got a couple songs in the can, and so we've just been picking out songs that we're going to actually possibly do a new record for 2014. We want to try and do something new. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But it's still, the songs write themselves. They're easy. They're funny. It's not going to be anything. We're going to stretch. It's still going to be the same old Manic. It'll be fun. So
if you haven't seen Manic Hispanic, you really got to go check them out. They're not a spoof band. I don't want to say that, but they take old punk rock tunes, songs you've known, and they do it cholo style. Is that what you call it, cholo style?
Pretty much, it's like Cheech and Chong meets No Effects. It's
That's a good way to describe it.
It's a lot of fun.
Fun shows. Everybody has a good time. Not an angry crowd, a fun crowd. People having a good time. So if you hear Manic Hispanic playing in your neighborhood, and you guys did the Warped Tour a few times, and
we've done a lot of fun stuff back in the day. A lot of Cinco de Mayo Black Flies shows, which got us on the map and started doing these annual Cinco de Mayo shows. So we've had quite a good run. Next year will be 21 years we've been together. And
wow.
We've all become really good friends.
We've been sitting here having a couple beers, talking about the old times. We took a little break in between the last year, and I just really want to thank you, Ruben, for hanging out of the yard.
Thank you, Jason. It was a lot of fun, brother.
Coming by and telling everybody about Manic Hispanic. And if you see that Manic Hispanic is coming to your town, absolutely go see him. You'll have a great time.
Come check it out.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good night.
Welcome to this edition of The Yard. Today we're going pretty simple. We're just going to do a pork shoulder. Now basically, there's not a lot to do with the pork shoulder. You put it down a nice rub it with spices and all kinds of goodness, whatever you prefer, low and slow. So what we're doing is we've got some peach wood, and we're going to keep the temperature down nice and low at about 200 degrees at the most. We got notice the new cover for Charo. I fucked up and this really nice hardwood that I got from my bass player. Well, I didn't seal it, and it buckled it. If any of you have ever had water get on hardwood floors, you know what it does. So we went with the new stainless steel look, which is what you got here. But what we're doing is the pork shoulder, low and slow. And then you can do anything with the pork shoulder. Tacos are what I like to do. You can do pulled pork sandwiches, anything, taquitos. Taquitos are really good. My favorite is the taco, though. Cook it for about 4 to 5 hours on low heat with a lot of good smoke, and you'll just be loving it. It tastes fantastic. There we go. We've been on about an hour and a half right now. So I'm gonna let this go another 2.5 hours minimum. Again, 200 degrees. Cheers.